Hey there. It's been a while. I wanted to address something. I heard somebody say recently that they thought $1,000 was a lot of money. And I'm like, man, if you think that's a lot of money, you have a completely messed up mindset. And you're thinking way too small, man. $1,000 is nothing. $1 million is nothing. I'll tell you what, $1 million is a lot of money if you tell me I've got a year left to live. Give me $1 million, you tell me I've got a year left to live, and I'll say, okay, yeah, that's a lot of money. I'm 26, man. People always say, oh, if only somebody would give me $1 million, man, I'd be fine. No, you wouldn't. You give me $1 million right now, that's not gonna last any time. You're thinking too small, man. You gotta think bigger. Think bigger, 10x, think 100x. I think $1,000 is a lot of money. If you're one of those people that does what they can to use coupons when you go to the grocery store, every week you're like, okay, how can I save $10, $20 here and there? Okay, we're going out shopping. How can we save $50? How can we save, a few $100s? You're playing defense, man. It's probably not even your fault. It's what your parents taught you. That's what the school system teaches you. Play defense. Save, save, save. Do what you can. Find the best deal that you possibly can so that you can save that extra little bit of money and build it up over time. What, in the bank? No. Saving, playing defense is not going to get you where you want to be financially. But that's what we're taught. We're taught defense. You have to play offense. I think it was UConn the other day, the women's UConn college basketball team, bro. They were up like, 120 to 40? It was like 120 to 40 or 120 to 50. They had put so much points on the board that it didn't even matter, man. They put up so much offense up front on the front end, it didn't even matter what happened for the whole rest of the game. That's how you got to think about money. That's how you got to think about money in your life. You have to play offense. You got to put points on the board. You got to create more money. You got to have more streams of income coming in. You think because you don't have money that, oh, you have a spending problem. No, you don't. You don't have a spending problem. I don't care who you are watching this. Nobody watching this video has a spending problem. Trust me. You don't have a spending problem. You have an income problem. You're not making enough. I'm out in Vegas a few weeks ago. I'm listening to Grant Cardone tell his story, and he's telling the story of how he bought his first jet, Gulfstream 200. $2 million. He's talking to his accountant about buying the jet, and she's like, I don't know, Grant. You really shouldn't buy this jet. And he's like, dude, my accountant's telling me, I shouldn't buy the jet. And I'm like, well, you ever bought a jet? My accountant's never bought a jet. She's never had to use a jet for anything. So I'm going to buy the jet. Now, he's had that $2 million jet. Now he's buying a $60 million jet. Why? That doesn't even make sense, man. Why is he buying a jet? Why does he have a Rolls Royce? He's got a $300,000 car. Why? It doesn't make sense. You can't justify that because he's got so much points, man. He's put up so much points on the board that it doesn't even matter. He's played so much offense that it's like nothing to him. And that's how you guys have to think about money for yourself. You have to play offense, not defense. You can't keep doing the same thing that your parents did, that your grandparents did. Okay? You can't just save up all your money. The only reason you should ever save money is to use it, to invest it. Okay? You can't just save here and save there. If I don't go to Starbucks every day like I've been going, if I don't go to Starbucks for the next 50 years, I'll have X amount of dollars saved up. Okay. Awesome, man. Then by the time you're 70, you'll have those X amount of dollars saved up. If I contribute so much to my 401k every month for the next 40 years, when I'm 60, the average person has $94,000 in their 401k when they're 60 years old. What are you going to do with $94,000? I'll tell you what you're going to do with $94,000. You're not going to do anything with it. It's going to go like that, man. $94,000 at 60 years old? That's what you're taking out of your 401? You're taking $100,000 out of your 401 at 60 years old. Dude, I don't know about y'all, man. When I'm 60, I'm going to be looking at 40 more years to live. I don't know about you, man. When I hit 60, I'm going to be killing it, man. I'm going to be up and running. I'm going to be kicking at 60. I'm going to have 40 more years left, I'm telling you. The average person's living 80 into their 80s right now, okay? So I don't know what 100 grand is going to get you over 20 some years, especially by then. I'm 26 right now. 40 years from now, 100 grand is going to be worth even less, man. It's not going to be anything, man. I'm telling you, I'm seriously trying to help you here. Play offense with your money. I said earlier, you give me $1 million and it's going to be gone in no time. I mean that. And the average person, you give them that money, they're going to go buy the car. They're going to go get a nicer place to live, things like that. You give me $1 million, dude, I'm putting 250 grand down as a down payment on $1 million apartment complex. I'm buying 64 units of apartments. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm spending another 100 grand, 200 grand on coaches, mentors, so that I can cut my learning curve in half, if not more. I'm telling you, man, that's exactly what I would do with that money. If I gave you that money, it would not last you, I'm telling you. And it wouldn't last me either, because I'm going to be spending it playing offense. And I'm going to be able to 10x it because of that. It doesn't matter how much money you make, man. Why does it matter if you're making 200 grand, 300 grand a year as a doctor? I don't care if you're making that. I know doctors that live paycheck to paycheck that are making over 200 grand a year. It's not how much money you make. Can you keep it? Can you multiply it? Can you make it grow? Got a buddy of mine that I did an interview with. He's 22 years old, just turned 22 recently. Started his entrepreneurial journey about a year and a half ago. Had never done anything with business before. $1.2 million in sales in his first 12 months. 22 years old. Okay? And that's a gross number. He netted, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit over $400,000, which is pretty good. $400,000 net. 22 years old, man. Playing offense, dude. He's working smart. He's taking advantage of the internet. This is something our parents didn't have, man. You know how many amazing tools are at your disposal? There's so many different ways and systems that you have available to you that you can use, that you can set up to where you can make money while you sleep, while you're in a different country, while you're at your job. I mean, there's so many amazing opportunities. I'm going to post that video soon on YouTube. I'll let you guys know when it's coming out. I really want him to be able to drop some value on you guys, which I know he's very great at doing. And yeah, that's going to be a really good one. So stay tuned for that. But the point of me making this, guys, was just to say you really got to go out and play offense. I got another buddy of mine that I'm doing an interview with. Is he 16 or he just turned 16 or 17? I think he's 17 now, but he's already done over $1 million. $1 million in sales at 17 years old. Dude, people are out here complaining because they don't have a college degree yet and they're not able to make money. This kid hasn't finished high school, man. He hasn't even started college. Doesn't even have a high school degree. And he did over $1 million playing offense. You think he saved up $1 million from working at Chipotle? No, dude. And you're not going to do that either, man. You're not going to save your way to being rich. And it's not even that it's about the money. It's about having options. It's about having choices. If my mom has to go to the hospital, something happens, I want her to have the absolute best care possible. Like, forget the money, man. Just get her the best doctor. I don't care what it costs. That's why I want to get rich, for things like that, so I can have options, so that I can have choices, so that I don't have to settle for things. And that's why you should want to get rich too, so that you can have options and choices in your own life. There's nothing wrong with wanting money. Money's just a tool. It can be used for bad, it can be used for good. Just like you can use a hammer to kill someone, or you can use a hammer to build a house, right? It's just a tool. And the rich people, the rich use that tool and they have money work for them. They don't work for money. They have their money work for them. You think my friend that I was just talking about, 17 years old, already did $1 million? You think he's worried about saving money? No, man. He's worried about creating money, and he's worried about multiplying money. He's not thinking about, oh, I have to put a few hundred in my 401k every month, man. I got to stay on that, so that, after 40 years, I'll be able to have 6 figures, maybe 7 figures in 40 years. No, he's already done 7 figures, man. He's already went out. He's already played offense and already got 7 figures at 17 years old, man. You don't have to wait until you're 60 years old. You don't have to wait till you're 60 to have money, man. That's the system that's in place to keep you trapped. All right, so play offense, guys, please.